Hey, Mark Rodriguez here. Welcome to another epic episode of WWE Aftershock. We're talking about all the cool WWE pay-per-views thanks to the WWE Network. And for you guys watching my channel, look at what I got. Got some Funko Pops, pop in the box. You guys got to watch the channel later tonight to see what's in them. So anyways, Money in the Bank 2016. It was real intense, and special shout out to Sweet Pete and his friend Robert. I forgot what name we called him in the show. He was in one episode, but they were actually there live because yes, this event was in Las Vegas. It was in the T-Mobile Center, Las Vegas, and unfortunately, like, I'm sure if Johnny had found out about it more in time, maybe he would have gone along. From what I heard, the tickets were only like about 25 bucks for, you know, like the cheapest seats and stuff, but still, like 25 bucks if you had a live event, you know. But anyways, now on to the topic. It was a pretty long thing. They even had like, they had 2 matches in the kickoff show, and they had 2 matches in the actual event that I felt could have been the kickoff show instead. So it was like packed with matches here. So let's start this off. So the first one on the kickoff show was the Golden Truth, Goldust and R-Truth, because yes, they're fighting together as a tag team against Breezango, which is I guess what Tyler Breeze and Fandango are calling themselves. And I haven't been watching wrestling for a while, but thankfully the pay-per-views always show the stuff over and over and over again, so we know why everyone's fighting. Apparently, one of the episodes, there was some kind of skit or something where Fandango and Tyler Breeze are going to go in a tanning booth, and like R-Truth like locked them in and cranked it up. So now they're like super duper sunburnt, and so now in this match they're very burned. They could barely move. It even hurts for them to tag each other in, like it can't, like anything, you know, it like hurts to grab them and stuff. Whenever they punch like R-Truth or Goldust, they're like, like their hands. So it was like very over-exaggerated, very like, you know, acted out and stuff. Sometimes R-Truth will even just like pat him on the back, because even that was enough to cause him pain and stuff. And yeah, they did eventually mount a bit of an offense, but luckily Goldust ended it all and they won. And Goldust himself couldn't believe they actually won because, well, Goldust on his own just has this long-ass losing streak, you know? But with him and R-Truth, they're always losing for some reason. Someone always messes up, or R-Truth accidentally hits Goldust, or Goldust accidentally hits R-Truth, or whatever. But this time they finally won. It's weird because, you know, it's like unfair advantage. They were like sunburnt and everything. And it's like on one side, I'm glad they won, but it kind of takes away because their opponents were sunburnt. But on the other hand, if they lost, it's like saying, oh, come on, you guys had this advantage and you still lost, you know? So, whatever. We'll see what happens with, the Golden Truth, you know. And their shirt's kind of stupid. I would have probably bought it if it looked more badass, but eh. Okay, then we got Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara against the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley, tag team action. And yeah, it was pretty good match there. The Dudleys were picking a lot on them, especially Kalisto, because he's so short. He's like real short, even shorter than Sin Cara. And you're already like poking fun of him, like what's a little guy like you gonna do to a guy like me? You know, I want to hit you hard. I don't care, little guy, and all that kind of junk. But of course, Kalisto will shut him up with all his fancy spinning and backflips and corkscrew spin flips off the rope and everything. It was pretty intense, pretty good match. The Dudleys did put a good fight though. Like, it made it more intense. You know, they were like formidable opponents, so it was kind of badass. Like, as usual, I don't care that much about them, but they did put up a good fight to make both Kalisto and Sin Cara look good. And it was just so perfect at the end, when Kalisto grabbed one of them in the Salida del Sol, followed right after by Sin Cara doing the Dragon Bomb, and that was just like the perfect way to end it. It was like super epic. It just got me all pumped up, and that's just a kickoff show. That was pretty good matches for the kickoff show. So now for the real thing, we had this big Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, and the winner will become the new Tag Team Champions. So, of course, we got the New Day. They're the current champions. We got the Vaudevillains. We got Esno and Big Cass. I think this is Esno's, like, big return to pay-per-view after what happened the last time with injury and all that stuff. He's still talking all the smack and you know, all the talk and stuff. Everyone seems to really eat it up with the whole, I only got one word to describe you, and soft and all that. Like, they like all that stuff, so I guess they're big. And we also got the Club, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, which are the guys that are always helping out AJ Styles lately. So yeah, it was a pretty intense match. Everyone really put their into it. I also see that Esno got some payback on one of the vaudevillains, whoever, I think it was English, that threw him out the last time. So they got some payback there. They kind of did some back and forth there. Everyone did some good moves. The only thing that was kind of so-so is that there were lots of stances, lots of moments where Big E was paired off against Big Cass, and it was going to be like the big thing. Like, let's see like the big guy versus the big guy. But there was always something that would interrupt it and stuff. So, like, I don't know, maybe in the future there'll be another tag team match, or maybe just a straight on Big Cass versus Big E match or something, because they like tease it and then someone gets knocked out or whatever. And this is like those kind of tag matches where you could tag anyone in randomly. It doesn't necessarily have to be your partner, and anyone can just like tap you, and then like, that counts as a tag. So it was a lot of back and forth there. And yeah, like, it was kind of near the end, it was kind of going, like, either way. I mean, everyone was really going on top. I even thought that maybe the Vaudevillains was going to win one time, and everybody would have probably booed like crazy, because they're, like, the ones that are, like, the most hated now. So, if they had won, they would have really been hated. But, yeah, as usual, the New Day wins. I even forgot how, but they won. They're dancing, they're thrusting, they're twerking, and all that stuff. So, the New Day are still champions. Apparently, they've been champions for over 301 days, and they're going to break a record from some previous tag team back in the early 2000s that I personally never heard of, so that's what they're doing. Okay, and then this is one that was kind of so-so. Next matchup is Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler again. And this is one of the matches that I kind of felt should have been a kickoff show. And it's kind of repetitive. I guess it's a way to build up Corbin or something. But, yeah, they've been going at it for the last 2 or 3 kickoff shows. And I guess now it's like, we demand your attention. Put us in the actual pay-per-view. So, that's what happened, you know? And what can I say? Good match. Corbin's a pretty big dude. I do like all, like, the weird grabbing, spin, slam he does on Ziggler. Ziggler did the best he could and all that stuff. But he finally won. Baron Corbin finally won. And let's see if we can put that to rest, and maybe he can move on to some other guy or something. It's like they don't really know what to do with Ziggler anymore, so it's like, let's throw him at the new guy. Let's see what happens from here. I'm personally kind of tired of Ziggler. I can't say much about Corbin because he's new, and of course he did win the Andre the Giant Memorial match. So let's see what happens from here on forth, and then whatever that happens, let's see what Ziggler's going to do if we have to keep him around, I guess. Okay, then we have, oh god, okay, we got Charlotte with Dana Brooke, because apparently Charlotte now even kicked out Ric Flair because she like turns her back on everybody, even her father. So now Dana Brooke is her new like ballet partner, assistant, whatever, and they're gonna go against Natalya and Becky Lynch, tag team match. And yeah, it's a pretty interesting match. It was pretty good. We got to see Dana Brooke doing more skills. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think she's from NXT, so I'm sure fans would love her and all that. And yeah, it's a pretty decent match. I was kind of surprised that Charlotte and them still won anyway, because it's like the title's now on the line. Because usually that's what happens. Usually these champions like Nikki Bella, like they never lose unless the title isn't on the line. So I'm kind of surprised that Natalya and Becky didn't win. They both did some good moves and everything. Becky did some awesome moves and everything. Of course, the big shock was at the end. After they lost, they, what's her name? Charlotte managed to grab Natalya in the figure 4 lock or whatever and make her tap out, and she lost and everything. And she was actually like crying and everything, and Becky was trying to like, you know, comfort her, make her feel better. She's like, nah, you know, I'll be alright and all that. And I was kind of surprised seeing her cry, because I don't know, you know, like I didn't know if that was an out of character moment or what, you know, but frustration of always losing to Charlotte. And whenever Becky turns her back, Natalya beats the living crap out of her and just leaves her there all like beat up and walks out, still kind of crying. So I don't know if Natalya's gonna be a bad guy now, or if it's just because maybe she was just that pissed off, you know, because she lost to Charlotte so many times. I guess she took it out on Becky Lynch or something, because she was still kind of crying as she walked away from the whole thing. She didn't really have like a, you know, like an evil grin or haha, I'm an evil bitch now. She still looked just pissed and frustrated that she lost. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I know they're gonna start a feud between Becky Lynch and Natalya. It'll be interesting, I guess. I've never seen them wrestle, but let's see what happens. But the thing is, all of this is taking focus away from Charlotte. It's like, you know, someone's got to take her down already. And one thing that everyone's been saying is that, where's Sasha Banks? I mean, where is she? So maybe they could finally bring Sasha Banks into this. And not only that, but we need, you know, more battles. I mean, what's Paige doing? You know, what's everyone else doing now? Like, maybe we could have a double match. Maybe we could have Sasha Banks versus Charlotte in one match, and I guess Natalya and Becky Lynch settling their differences there. But the bad thing is, again, now with Natalya and Becky Lynch having a potential feud, that kind of means that they'll be too busy fighting each other, that now we won't have another like title match, Natalya versus Charlotte or Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, because I wouldn't mind seeing Becky being the champion, and Natalya really deserved being a champion at least 1 or 2 pay-per-views ago, but we'll see what happens. And then we have Apollo Crews versus Sheamus, which is, in my opinion, another match that kind of could have been like in the kickoff show. Yeah, pretty decent match. Apollo Crews is a very big dude, and Sheamus was kind of started not taking him seriously because he was a new guy, whatever. But yeah, he still came out on top. He still won. Oh, it was funny because I think Sheamus was trying to pin him, but like, he kicked out at 2, and while Sheamus was surprised he kicked out, he was arguing with the ref or whatever, Apollo Crews grabbed him, rolled him over, and got him for the 1, 2, 3, and he won. And another thing, Sheamus now got a big-ass beard now. It's like, dude, just shave that. It looks weird. It looks horrible. But, well, at least he doesn't have the little beard braids anymore, but still. Okay. Next match, we had AJ Styles versus John Cena. It was a pretty intense match there. I did like the setup they did before because since Cena came back, AJ's been getting his space, and the club's been cheating and stuff. So Cena had these contracts for the whole contract signing thing. It was like, this contract is like Cena versus AJ, just one-on-one. Or you can sign this one with this, which is Cena versus AJ and the club and all that. You know, so which one will you sign? And then he said that line about that, maybe you should take a bullet train back to Japan, because I think you left your balls there. And that was fun. That was a good line, I gotta admit. And so AJ did sign the one that's just straight up one-on-one fight to show off that he could really do it on his own without these guys cheating. So yeah, pretty intense match. A whole lot of back and forth. Like, every time these guys did something, you would think that this was the end of the match or something, but they would still kick out. Like, not many things I could say that come to mind, but it was like a lot of good moves, a lot of good stuff there. One thing I do know is that John Cena did try to grab AJ for the AA, but he accidentally knocked out the referee and stuff. And I think AJ managed to grab Cena in the Styles Clash, but they were both knocked out because they were just so beaten and tired by the end of this match. So, with the referee knocked out, these stupid guys, the club shows up, basically rolls AJ's nearly unconscious body on top of Cena, and whenever the referee got back up again, 1, 2, 3, the end, and all that. And of course, they got away so they wouldn't be seen. But you see, that's the part I hate about wrestling. That's the part that's a whole bunch of bullshit, okay? They signed the thing. There was going to be a one-on-one match, and despite the fact that the referee, like, is knocked out and didn't see it, we all saw it. The whole audience saw it. The broadcasters saw it. The fucking replays show how they came in. And that's the part that's kind of, I mean, that's the part that kind of takes me out of it, sort of wrestling that's not all that real. Because any other sport, you do a replay, and you're like, whoa, that dude cheated, he gets carded or whatever. So, like they should have, I don't know. It was very strict that they were not going to be in it. They came out anyway and cheated. They should have did the replay. They should have been like, whoa, hold up. Since the replay shows that the club guys did show up, you know, AJ's disqualified, Cena wins, maybe they'll start, maybe AJ will get kind of pissed off at them. I don't know, something. It's just, that's the part that kind of really takes me out of wrestling. When the replays even show the cheating and it doesn't count because the referee didn't see it. You know, like, I don't know. So anyways, I can assume there'll be a big rematch between AJ and Cena. The next one was Money in the Bank, the ladder match. And I'm surprised though, because last time, the very first match right off the bat was the Money in the Bank match. And here, it was like just getting pushed up further and further upper on the card there. So I was kind of surprised. So it was Alberto Del Rio, who's banging Paige, Cesaro, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Dean Ambrose. And yeah, long-ass fight. Lots of personal rivalries. Like, Dean Ambrose kept fighting against Jericho. And, what's his name? Owens kept fighting against, what's his name? Sami Zayn. I guess Del Rio started attacking Cesaro because they're like the only ones that didn't have a personal beef. I don't really think Cesaro or Alberto Del Rio have any problems with each other. But anyways, they put a real good fight. It was pretty intense. Ladders everywhere. Near the end of the match, like, the ladder was on top, and then they put like 2 ladders on the side because I guess they intended to knock their guys on the ladders or something. And then Cesaro, I think it was Cesaro, grabbed another ladder aside because it's like, all you guys are busy fighting, I'm gonna climb this other ladder and go up, you know, and all that. And yeah, there was even the scene where Cesaro grabbed I forgot who he grabbed. He grabbed someone and started swinging him around for the whole spin thing. And I just kept thinking about, wow, the ladders were like all over the place in that part. It was like you know, like he has to be careful to spin and not smack him against the ladders, and somehow he still did it. But then he grabbed Jericho, spun around, and purposely threw him into the ladders and everything. So that's pretty interesting. And yeah, lots of stuff. There was this part where Cesaro was running around, basically giving running forearms to everybody, like over and over and over. It was like it was like a ping pong ball. And what's his name? Owen stopped them, and then Owen started doing his like bowling ball attack, whatever the fuck you call that, on everybody over and over and over. So it's like, jeez, you know. But yeah, in the end, after all the fighting, all the trying, all the people throwing each other off the ladder and stuff, Dean Ambrose, the Lunatic Bridge, which is why I'm wearing the shirt, won Money in the Bank. Mr. Money in the Bank, Dean Ambrose. So, I guess to kind of cool off everybody from that big match, we had this random match, Rusev versus Titus O'Neil. Admittedly, though, Titus O'Neil's a pretty big dude, so he's not someone that Rusev could just throw around like he does most of his matches. And I guess it was a big deal that it was like, well, it's Father's Day, you know, it's Father's Day, his kids were there, he's fighting in front of his kids. They made a big deal about, like, this is like the first time his kids get to see his father fight live, and also, like, for the championship belt, because he's, you know, Rusev's the U.S. champion. And Rusev, I mean, it wasn't that easy, but he still kicked his ass. He still knocked him out with the Allocade. And then Rusev walks right in front of his own kids. Oh, that's the part. He was choking Titus, and he's like, do you see your kids in the audience? Do you see your kids there? Like, what the hell, dude? And then after he's knocked out, he goes up to the kids, and like, you see that? You see your father there? He's a loser. Your father's a loser. And while the kids are angry and stuff, he's like waving the belt in their faces, and, you know, oh, I'm the champ now. It's like, I don't know. That's a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, I guess behind the scenes they told the kids this is what's going to happen and you're going to whatever. But, like, I don't know. I mean, it does cement Rusev as a big-ass heel, but it's like, dude, come on. In front of the kids, on Father's Day, all that shit. Like, I don't know. Wrestling's like whatever. Okay, so finally we got, of course, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for the title, because again, they repeat this about 1,000 times, and it is true that that Seth Rollins never actually lost the title. He just lost it because of that injury he had, and, you know, like, they had to vacate the title and all that stuff, and of course, after all the hoops, Roman Reigns finally won, so now it was the big match to get it back. And one of the announcers brought up a very good point on, could Seth Rollins do it alone? Because if you remember, most of his matches in the past, I mean, come on, he's a whiny little bitch, he's a fucking coward, he always runs away, he always had J&J Security, he had the Authority, he had the League of Nations, he had anyone he could to come help him cheat, and now it's going to be straight up one-on-one, because I think at this time, he's like working on his own, he's not with the Authority anymore, and all that, so he's there, they're wrestling and stuff. At first, it was all Roman Reigns. He was really showing off that he's a big dude and all that. And of course, Seth Rollins might not have experience anymore because he's been out of the ring for a while. But eventually, Rollins does get the upper hand. There's a bit more back and forth. They're doing all kinds of moves. They're doing Superman punches. Roman Reigns keeps trying to avoid the pedigree and a whole bunch of moves, a whole bunch of stuff. Near the end, Reigns basically screwed himself over because Rollins was out of the ring near like a barricade or something, and Reigns was doing his I guess just running to charge him down or something, but Rollins got out of the way, and Reigns basically smacked himself right through the barricade. He tore the whole thing down, and he got very, very injured, and the doctors were trying to clear him and stuff. But Rollins didn't want that because, of course, if he loses by timeout or disqualification or whatever, the title will not change hands. So Rollins grabbed him back into the ring. They fight a bit more because, surprisingly, Roman Reigns still had some energy left for another Superman punch or two. But Rollins did finally get him in the pedigree, pinned him down, and 1, 2, 3, he's a champion again, and he actually fought fair this time. No cheating, no J&J, no, you know, Triple H and Stephanie doing bullshit, nothing. It was a straight up fight, and Seth Rollins won. But then, as you would expect, the Dean Ambrose music starts playing, he comes out of there, Seth Rollins is just waiting and waiting, like, yeah, come on out, bitch, yeah, I knew you're coming, but, what's his name? Ambrose hits him from behind with the briefcase. And then he goes over there, you know, he does the whole contract signing, whatever. Gets in the ring, dirty deeds, Rollins is out, and Dean Ambrose is finally the new WWE Champion. And that's super awesome. The whole crowd, like, it just exploded. Everyone was super happy. This is like something that everyone's been wanting to see for the longest time. Everyone's been wanting Dean Ambrose to win, because I guess they just hate Roman Reigns. I guess people start liking Rollins more. This is the part I don't get. I don't understand why you like Rollins. I mean, he was a cheating asshole. He was a coward. He was always hiding behind someone else and everything. He was the bad guy. He was like the biggest authority douche. He gets injured, he comes back, everyone loves him. I don't know. I don't get that. And you know, even though Roman Reigns was supposed to be the good guy going into this, and Seth Rollins was supposed to be a scumbag coming into this, everybody was basically rooting for Rollins. Everyone hated Roman Reigns. Once again, whenever the Rollins music started playing, everyone cheered like crazy. Roman Reigns steps up, everyone boos like crazy. Like my God, dude, you know? But yeah, this is the ending everyone could want, I guess. Roman Reigns is no longer champion, and for those that still hate Seth Rollins, he's no longer champion, and for everyone that loves Dean Ambrose, he's a champion now. He's gonna rock it up. Please don't fuck this up. I don't want some episode of Raw or something and then he loses his title. Let him keep it. Let him enjoy it. And of course, what most people want is a big triple threat match or something between Reigns, Rollins, and Ambrose to shield against each other. Possibly at SummerSlam, because that's a big event that should be for SummerSlam. So, alright, so I thought of the pay-per-view. It was pretty awesome though. It was pretty cool. I kind of sort of felt that Corbin and Apollo Crews, like their matches should have been more like in the kickoff show. The Rusev one was kind of a waste of time too, but I guess people needed to kind of cool down after the intense Money in the Bank match and everything. Pretty much a good match overall. The kickoff show was entertaining. Both matches were pretty good. I mean, even if the whole Golden Truth stuff was kind of cheesy, at least all the sunburn stuff and them reacting, they tag each other, oh man, and they hit each other, oh, like everything like hurt. I mean, at least that kind of kept it kind of funny in a cheesy wrestling kind of way. The Dudley Boys put up a very good fight, making Kalisto and Sin Cara look super awesome. The finish was super perfect. The whole Money in the Bank match was super intense. The tag team match was super intense, mostly because I wanted someone else to win. It wasn't New Day. But still, it was a pretty intense match there. The women's match was disappointing. I'm so sick, I don't know. Charlotte should have lost. Because, Natalya's now in the line, so just have her lose, you know, just shove it in her face. I don't know. I'm kind of sick of her. And people were saying she turns her back on her friends, she turns her back on her father. Like, how long is it going to be before she turns her back on Dana Brooke and all that, too, right? But, overall, pretty good pay-per-view. The big main events were totally awesome. And, of course, Dean Ambrose is finally the champion, and that's awesome. So, anyways, guys, this is Mark Rodriguez here. The next pay-per-view is going to be called WWE Battleground. So, of course, stay tuned for that whenever review it. And as usual, this is Mark Rodriguez. See y'all next time, and keep watching this channel because later tonight we'll find out what pops are in here. Hey guys, I'll be wrapping up another fight here, Money in the Bank Online Challenge. I just want to end this review because, of course, Money in the Bank, and because it's going to expire real quickly. Let's just see how I rank here amongst all the others that have been fighting on this. Just end the review real quickly. I don't know if they're going to do like a battleground thing, but if they do, I'll check it out. So leaderboards, let's check it out. Mark 09. No, Mark R09. And, oh, there I am. Number 9,952. Level 15. Whoa, I'm like really up there. More or less. No, I'm still like whatever. But yeah, I don't really have time to check this too much. I played it so much. They do have a thing for overall season. I assume I'm not even in there because I haven't even, yeah, I'm not even... Oh, I am on there. On the very bottom. Huh, interesting. Yeah, because I haven't really been playing these things. But I'll keep in mind, if they ever do, a battleground, I'll check it out. But anyways, that's the end of this review. This review's already been long enough already. See y'all next time. Mark Rodriguez, and catch you later.